All right, here after the rivalry game, victory for TL Hanna with head coach Jason Tone. Coach Tone, I heard you in the postgame talking to your team about how proud you were about how they handled the adversity early on. What exactly are you talking about, and what did your team show you tonight?
Well, we took the opening possession, drove it down, kicked a field goal, settled for a field goal, got points, and then they did a good job of taking advantage and scoring. They scored, and then we turned the ball over and they scored. And we were down 14 to 3, and it looked like the floodgates were opening, and our kids banded together, locked arms like we talked about. Our pregame, we walk out with arms locked. They locked arms and said, you know what, we're going to do this, and they just willed their way to victory.
All right, you ended the game with 6 consecutive touchdown drives from the second quarter. Like you mentioned, you were down 14 to 3. Westside actually had the ball at your 20-yard line, and then from that point on, your defense got to stop. They didn't allow a point, and your offense couldn't be stopped in the final 6 drives.
Well, it started with a 90-yard drive right there, to cut it to a 4-point lead. Our guys did a phenomenal job. And then what was big was scoring right before halftime. We scored as time expired in the half, and that was just huge momentum because we got the ball to start the second half. And, like I said, our kids, I can't say enough about them. They did a phenomenal job.
All right, let's talk a little bit about that shot that you guys took. You had 2 timeouts, and it kind of seemed as almost if you guys were kind of lulling it to sleep, letting the clock wind down. 20 seconds to go, looked like you were content to go to halftime, and then Jay Dillard pulls it out of the belly and takes a deep shot for a touchdown pass. Was that kind of the intent of that?
I don't know if that was kind of the intent, but the result was what we wanted. We just were going to take a shot right there before half. We didn't have anything to lose, and their safeties bit up on the run a little bit. We got behind them, and we're fortunate enough to complete it.
All right, and then final question. You mentioned it to your team that you go into your second season now. Next week will probably be a top 10 matchup. You've got 2 teams in your region that have been ranked in the state, so it's a very competitive region coming up. What does this mean kind of going into the second season?
Well, it gives us some momentum. We've worked on some things to get ready for this part, and now it's time to focus on the next opponent, which is Woodmont. And I'm just excited for our kids in this opportunity. 5-0, you can't beat it. It's hard to get a win on Friday night, and our kids did.
All right, congratulations again to Jason Tone on the 45-14 victory over your rival Westside tonight.